Welcome to Echevarria Travel, where we deliver all destinations from pole to pole. Whether it's tickets to a local event, a group bus trip, air travel for families, or cruises, we are here to lighten the load and take the stress out of planning your trip. We offer excellent travel packages for everyone, and we specialize in providing travel assistance to the special needs and disabilities community. Echevarria Travel provides education and information on traveling with medical conditions and accessibility options in airports, on cruises, and in foreign countries. Before you give up on taking that dream trip because you have special needs that seem to make it too difficult, please contact us for a consultation first. Echevarria Travel's award-winning founder, Cheryl Echevarria, loves to travel and has personally overcome the challenges of traveling with blindness and special medical needs. Call us today at 631-456-5394 for a free consultation about your trip and explore the world with Echevarria Travel.
So here we go. Okay. No. Good morning, everybody. Cheryl Echevarria here with Talk Travel with Cheryl, your weekly podcast and YouTube show, bringing you my travel partners from the industry and members of BNI International on a weekly basis every Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. So this week, I am bringing in the beautiful Puerto Rico, the Pearl of the Caribbean, where Mr. Echevarria, or Mr. Echi, people, friends and family call my husband, is from. We were teasing, I'm un gringa from New York, so that's where the Echevarria comes from my husband, from Ponce, and he's in Juana Diaz, and I have the wonderful Miss Johanna Gonzalez from Puerto Rico here, and her background, just to give you a little bio about her, she's 24 years veteran in the travel industry. Johanna Gonzalez brings her sales expertise and passion for hospitality to her position as leisure sales manager with Discover Puerto Rico, the island's destination management organization. Throughout her career, Johanna has worked in various hospitality roles, most recently as leisure, transient, and wholesale manager for Serafina Beach Hotel. With her strong experience with the luxury travel industry, she built and strengthened liaisons with existing and new customers to maximize hotel revenues while ensuring client and guest satisfaction. I bring you this morning, Johanna. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Good on you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well,
I'm really thrilled just to be here with you and show you a little bit of the island of Puerto Rico.
Well, everybody's itching to go to Puerto Rico, and I know our beautiful island has been through so much between hurricanes and earthquakes and revamping Puerto Rico back to her glory. People are definitely wanting to know about traveling to Puerto Rico, the COVID, everything to do with Puerto Rico, so we can start sending my clients back to you. And before I came on today, I was definitely asking a lot of my clients, what do they want to know about Puerto Rico? Do you want to go back? Are you, what are you excited about? So I do have, once you're doing your presentation this morning, I will be asking you some questions if you have not already focused in on them.
Okay, perfect.
So
Great.
I've seen you over 20 plus years in this industry, but how long have you been working with Puerto Rico tourism?
Well, with Discover Puerto Rico, I've been working for 9 months. I started in January It's a dream come true since I love the island. It's now I'm focusing on everything that we have to offer for the clients, for the tourists, for you as travel advisors, just so you can really know and learn of the different places and different attractions that we have available.
And I just want to say for travel agents who are listening, because we all listen and learn from one another, Puerto Rico has a great specialist program out there. See PuertoRico.com. It's been on Travel Agent Academy and Travel Agent University. Please do it. They have multi-level specialist programs. I'm an expert. I've done it for years. I'm always updating my certification. So when you're looking for a travel agent, make sure they know the destination you're visiting, the ins and outs, so they can give you the best options available. And if I don't know, I have Johanna to ask questions to. So
That's right.
not everybody knows everything. And if I need to reach out to her, she is there for me and for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Johanna a host so she could share her screen with us, and she's going to have a great presentation about Puerto Rico for all of you today. So I just did that for you, Johanna. So when we're done with the show, only thing we do is, you know, we're done, but you have the hosting privileges to do your presentation.
Perfect. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
I am, thank you.
Well, again, good morning, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope you and yours are safe. And within a few minutes, I'll be giving you all the information related to Puerto Rico and the island and all of the activities that you will be able to see. First, Hannah, I would like to start by giving you briefly mentioning about the travel advisory that we have within the island. It can be found in full detail within our website at www.discoverpuertorico.com travel advisory. Right now, for people interested in coming to the island, we have some guidelines that they have to follow. We need people to come in with a negative COVID test, taken at least 72 hours before arrival. And there's also, they have to visit the health department webpage just to include their information and some details. And then they're more than welcome to visit.
Joanna, before you move on, is this just for the San Juan airport or like the airport at Aguadilla or any of the other airports open yet?
Well, no, actually those two, the one in Aguadilla and the one in Ponce, are closed. All of the air traffic, it has been moved to San Juan. And this would be happening in the San Juan airport. They haven't yet mentioned when the other two airports will be opening.
Thank you.
Will be reopening. So now let me just give you some information. It's time to plan. And there are many reasons why people can come visit Puerto Rico. We have great temperatures year round, from 80 to 90 degrees. State-of-the-art airport facilities. English and Spanish is widely spoken throughout the island. Ease of connection to from the US and to other Caribbean destinations. As you know, we're very hospitable, warm, and friendly people. And also, Puerto Rico is an ideal Caribbean destination for travelers with mobility restrictions for one simple reason. The island is part of the United States, and we comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act. So you'll find ramps, elevators, ADA accessible facilities, just like in the United States.
And I just want, I'm sorry, don't mean to cut you off. Yes, as people know that I do specialize in people with special needs and disabilities, and also been a member of the National Federation of the Blind, which is a large chapter there in Puerto Rico. And it is very accessible to all people of all disabilities. Thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome. We have an ample airlift from major airlines. The San Juan Airport, as we were just talking, it's the one currently open, and the secondary airport's the one in Ponce, and then the one in Aguadilla. Hopefully soon will be reopening. From the United States, the gateway flight times, it's an average of 3.5 hours, so it's very convenient, the access to the island. We've done major infrastructures improvements since the unfortunate Maria 3 years ago. Actually, it was on Sunday, it was the anniversary. And we, thank God, with government funds, we've been able to restore the island's power grid, the communication infrastructure, roadways, bridges, highways. We've done major improvements. Also the hotels, they've invested millions of dollars in renovations. And the major gateways include JFK, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Dallas, Chicago, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, just to name a few. So now why Puerto Rico is a perfect fit for your travelers. Those who love nature and want to explore its beauty, they'll find it here. Those who enjoy outdoor recreations like zip lining and water activities. As water sports abound, we have more than 300 miles of coastline, featuring lagoons, bays, surfing, bioluminescent bays, deep sea fishing, scuba, bay cruises, just to name a few. Families will have a blast, as there are endless options in Puerto Rico for them to enjoy. There's learning activities on land and sea, taste of the local culture, amazing adventures, and they'll find safety and fun, and there's safety and fun for everyone. Also, golfers are more than welcome. There are more than, we have as many as 20 quality golf courses in Puerto Rico with unique settings, with breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. I would say that all of the luxury resorts, they have golf courses, and the Puerto Rico Open PGA Tour, it's held yearly at the Cocoa Beach Golf and Country Club at the Hyatt Grand Reserve. And look no further, the luxury, it's also available for your clients. We have all types of experiences available for the luxury clients, seeking lavish experiences in a tropical setting. With award-winning 5-star hotels and resorts, incredible culinary experiences, soothing spas, and opulent boutiques for some serious retail therapy. We have it all. Then the island's heart-stopping scenery, intimate accommodations, exquisite cuisine, unforgettable adventures will sweep your clients off their feet, as they can spend time admiring nature, reconnecting with one another, soaking up the sun, or dancing the night away. We are also very popular for destination weddings and honeymoons. And right now we're reinventing and we're doing the mini weddings and just very intimate weddings for the clients. Puerto Rico is also the LGBTQ plus Caribbean destination you've been searching for. San Juan's LGBTQ scene has earned a reputation for being fun and accepting, and it's a perfect stop for first-time visitors. There's a growing buzz for Vieques, Cabo Rojo, and other regions for your clients to explore. And now culture. The island is very rich in festivals, traditions, art, and music. The sounds of the island range from the contagious dances inspired by Puerto Rico's African roots, the bomba and the plena, and the traditional salsa. And I bet you know a few steps of salsa, huh, Cheryl?
Oh, I do. And you know, my mother-in-law being half African and my father-in-law being half Spanish from Spain, there's so multicultural options in my husband's family that I learn a lot from him.
Oh, that's good. And actually, you just mentioned Puerto Ricans. We are a mixture of three different cultures. We have Taino Indians from Spain, Spaniards, and also from Africa. We have that combined, and that's what makes us so warm and cozy people.
Exactly. The best. Ooh,
Thank you.
fentanyl.
So now, if you add amazing food options, you've created the perfect combination. Just to give you an idea, there's more than 4,000 restaurants representing every type of cuisine available around the island.
I was going to say, when people go to Puerto Rico, they think like they're going to Mexico and they're dealing with hot peppers and this and that. Puerto Rico is very good food. I'm not a hot, spicy person, and it's more of the flavor of the mixtures and the spices, but it's not the heat. If you want to heat, you got to dance to salsa. But if you want to heat, it's all about the flavor, and believe me, it's the best.
No, that's right. There's an endless evolution and constant transformation with the Puerto Rican kitchen, and we have evolved into a foodie paradise through the years, combining traditional and trendy flavors, merging the international cuisine with the local cuisine, and then reinventing the abuelita recipes.
Oh, yes.
And as I was just mentioning, we have great culinary adventures. We have what we call the chinchorreo. The chinchorreo, it's instead of being a bar hopping, it's like a food hopping, that we love to go to different kiosks and different restaurants on the same day, just to experience the different flavors that are available.
And they're wonderful. I've been on them with my husband and taken some clients, because, food is 90% of your trip. I mean, people go for the beaches and activities, but people need to eat, and they love going bar hopping and food hopping. And I am doing some cook and learns online, so I'm going to be reaching out to do some recipes with Puerto Rico. So we'll stay tuned, people.
That's right. No, and actually, that's why we don't have all-inclusives on the island, due to the fact that we really want people to go out and explore the different options that are available.
And I was going to bring that up. I mean, everybody's asking me, oh, Puerto Rico has all-inclusives. Like, no, why do you want to stay at the resort? You can go out and eat locally at a delicious restaurant and not have to pay. I mean, so if you want to pay 5-star and go to, a James Beard restaurant, you can, but even some of the street food is the best in the world.
That's right. Right now, there's a new movement with just people, like for an example, La Placita de Santurce. I'm not sure if you've been there, but the Placita, it's actually during daytime. It's a farmer's market.
Yes, I've been there.
And then at nighttime, they have all these restaurants right around throughout the whole square, and you can just go and experience. They have fine dining. They have really low-key restaurants like kiosks, and you can have all that experience in just one same square. And it's really wonderful. It's really amazing. Same thing with the kiosks in Luquillo, the Luquillo kiosks. La Ruta de la Longaniza, that's right on the Central Mountains. There's so many places to visit.
Are they offering that also in Ponce as well, or just Luquillo and San Juan?
In Ponce, that's right. No, it's right throughout the island that you'll be able to get an experience, from fine dining to regular local restaurants.
Thank you.
And here's some lodging information. We have more than 130 hotels that you can book through your system of choice. and a network of small inns and unique paradores, like those are the small inns, as we call them, as also excellent independent hotels, and big chains like the Ritz-Carltons, and also we have like the regular paradores. So you can see the different brands available in the island.
Are the casinos open yet at the hotels, or are they keeping them closed due to COVID?
They actually, with the last government announcement, they reopened. They're open up to 25%. It's been 2 weeks since they reopened.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so here's a map of Puerto Rico. The island is 100 miles long by 35 miles wide. As I mentioned before, we are part of the United States. We're a Commonwealth of the United States, and our currency is the US dollar. We are the smallest island in the Greater Antilles. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved that. We are the smallest island of the Greater Antilles in the Caribbean, and we're located east of the Dominican Republic, with the Atlantic Ocean on the north, and then the Caribbean Sea on the south. San Juan is the capital, and it has everything you may be looking for, from beaches to museums and day and night activities. On the north section, you'll find Arecibo with a unique observatory and radio telescope.
The largest in the world. We've been there. It's fantastic.
It is. And to the west, we have there's amazing sunsets and surfing. To the south, a dry forest and a unique coastline and history. On the east coast, the rainforest, the Yunque rainforest, which is the only national forest outside of the continental US. There's also great resorts and golf courses, and the magnificent islands of Vieques and Culebra.
I have to mention, my husband and I spent our honeymoon 20 plus years ago at the El Conquistador Resort. And it's a great PGA golf course as well. And they have villas there at a private islands, even a clothing optional side of the beach as well. We didn't do that side, but we did the private island, great little casino there, great restaurants around there, and beautiful views of El Yunque. Awesome.
That's right. Yes, actually right now the Conquistador, they're closed. They're doing renovations.
Yes. And
we're expecting them to reopen in December.
Awesome.
That's the latest news we had.
Yay.
From them. Mm-hmm. And then the Central Mountains, the scenery varies from mountains to caves, from plains to canyons and rivers. And there you'll find the best coffee haciendas in the island.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's explore our different regions. The metropolitan area. If you're looking for a beachfront setting, the energy and the magic of the historic hotels in Old San Juan, or the exuberance of a luxury property tucked away in a nature reserve, you'll be able to find them also in the metropolitan area. Old San Juan, it's very close. It's from the airport. It's about 15 minutes away from the airport. The city was founded in 1521, and it's going to be 500 years old next year in 2021. So hopefully we'll be able to celebrate, as we love to do, and you know, those 500 years next year of the old city.
That's right.
Its cobblestone streets, squares, colonial, and turn of the century architecture blends with the charm of our people. There are memorable historical places in Old San Juan. It became a World Heritage Site in 1983. And it's really breathtaking. It's magical, the Old San Juan, with the different fortresses, the El Morro, the San Cristobal, the cathedral. There's a lot of history and a lot of places to visit in Old San Juan.
You can't see everything in one visit. I mean, we've been, and we're always discovering more and more. Even my husband being born on the island, he learns so much every time we go back. He goes, "I've never been here, and I've never been here, and I've never been here, and it's so magical. I love it. Oh my goodness."
No, it's true, and we there's some new tours that they're combining like culinary and history of Old San Juan, which are great. And I took one, I would say probably like a year ago, and I was really surprised because there were things that I had no idea that had happened in Old San Juan. The history and the, knowing everything that happened for 500 years, it's really amazing. Then we also have the Condado, Miramar, and Isla. Condado, let me just start first with about 5 minutes from the airport. Miramar, it's right in between, and then Condado, it's about 10 minutes away. These areas offer amazing restaurants, bars, shops, great hotels, and they showcase the urban side of Puerto Rico, where history and culture intersect with the busy, bustling city life. And here's a map of the metropolitan area. On the far right, you'll find the airport. To the left of it would be the Isla Verde section. Right in between, actually, to the far left, there's Ocean Park and Condado. That's where the more concentration of hotels and restaurants and shops are located. And then on the far end, to the left, it's the Old San Juan. Right below it.
Where is the cruise port? When cruises start up again, where is the cruise port?
The cruise ports are right in the Old San Juan area. On the bottom, there's like a small ship, and there it's where the cruise are. That's that's where the Old San Juan cruise port is located. And then if you go down where it says Isla Grande, that's where the Pan American cruise port is located.
Okay, thank you.
From one to the other, it's about 5 minutes away. Also there where it says Isla Grande, it's where we have the convention center, where we can have huge events for groups. Also the Distrito, which I'll be talking about in a few slides, it's located. And then to the right, where there's a martini glass, it's where the placita that I mentioned, the placita de Santurce, it's located in Santurce. Okay, and now that we were talking about entertainment, let me talk to you about the different rum distilleries that we have available in the island. And since you're in Puerto Rico, why not visit one of our rum distilleries? Just so you're aware, the legal age to consume alcoholic beverages in Puerto Rico is 18 years old. And here you find the famous Bacardi factory in Cataño. Also, we have Hacienda Santa Ana in Bayamón, and they have the Ron del Barrilito. And there's also different other options for you to explore. And Puerto Rico, it's the #1 producer of rum in the world.
We love the Don Cu
Distillery.
That's gorgeous, that location there.
That's from the Serralles family from Ponce.
Yes, beautiful place.
And then the Distrito TMobile, it's coming up soon. It was supposed to open in March, but it's been postponed due to the COVID situation. El Distrito, it's going to be a unique entertainment complex featuring zip lines, movie theaters, stadium-style venues for concerts and performances.
Nice.
Restaurants and shops. Yes, it's going to be an amazing all-in-one dining and entertainment center for local tourists and visitors of all ages, just in the heart of San Juan. Really convenient location.
Is that indoor or outdoor, or is it combined?
It's going to be combined. It's combined. The zip line is going to be outdoor, so you'll be able to see people just flying above you. And then the concert venues and the restaurants. It's all great. It's beautiful. The way I was able to see just a little bit, but it's going to be an amazing complex. And now we're moving to the east. The east region is known for nature beaches, golf, and great resorts. Picture here, it's the Laguna Grande at the Cabezas de San Juan Reserve. And that is where we have one of our 3 bioluminescent bays. And there's only 5 in the world. Great activity, highly recommended. Reservations need to be made in advance. There's several tour companies that can assist with those. And it's highly recommended. Between that and visiting the rainforest, it's a must do that you have to do while in Puerto Rico.
If you're here in Central Florida and been to the coast to see the year, it's double the fascination and beauty in Puerto Rico. So if you like that, let me know. We'll send you there.
Yes. Also, the East region is home to El Yunque, the only subtropical rainforest in the United States. Its waterfalls, hiking trails, and panoramic vistas are a nature's lover's wonderland. Visitors can enjoy a variety of activities ranging from leisurely to extreme hikes. Also for the rainforest, reservations have to be made. It's open, certain trails are open, and it's a great experience. Also, the waters of the East Coast are teeming with marine life, making them ideal for snorkeling and diving, adventures, fishing, and boat charters of all kinds. And now let's go to the south. Among the towns of the South Shore, we find Ponce, the second largest town of Puerto Rico, and one with unique architectural beauty. Particularly in Ponce, you can visit the Museo de Arte de Ponce with its impressive European art collection. There's also the Castillo Serralles, with also they are the makers of the Rondon. Ponce's architecture, it's bright and colorful, highlighting the colonial and European designs of the 19th century. And it can be appreciated in the landmarks such as the Parque de Bombas and the Cruceta del Vigías. Our west region is the undisputed surfing capital of Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, and it features the best sunsets in the island. The feel on the west side, it's really laid back. It's really different from the hustle and bustle from the San Juan metropolitan area. The towns on the west coast they have a surfer vibe, which isn't a coincidence. In surfers, they flock to Rincon from all over the world to ride at iconic beaches like Marias and Domes. The West region is also ideal for enjoying water activities, particularly surfing. And beginners who want to learn can find lessons in Isabela, Aguadilla, or Rincon. And the more experienced riders can find board rentals and local advice from local area surf shops. There's also boat rides, scuba, snorkeling, and canals, and mangroves for paddleboarding and kayaking and also our third bioluminescent bay at La Parguera in the town of Lajas. And let's not forget the freshly caught seafood. It's a great fisherman's town, this one, La Parguera. And our central mountains, they have a history and culture rooted in agriculture. The region produces most of the island's coffee, and it's also home to Toro Verde Adventure Park.
And also the lechon up there. Oh my God, my brother-in-law is up from the mountain regions, and they make the most wonderful roasted pig up there.
And the longaniza.
Yes, and there's an area up there that the mountains are so high that there are bars up there, and you're actually above the clouds. So at the bar, you actually look out, and you're above a cloud.
That's right. That's right. No, it's really great, and it's really, we say it's cold, it's chilly, but it's nothing too much. But it's
No,
really that
people
great.
think cold. They think New York with the snow, and it's like no, 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 not even
I
close.
know, that's why I
Not even
mentioned
close.
it's really funny, but it's really a great atmosphere. It's different being on the central mountains. The Toro Verde, it's a unique nature park with the two longest zip lines in the northern hemisphere. One is called the Monster, and it's about 2.5 kilometers. And then the Beast, it has 1.4 kilometers. They're really scary. And they're thrilling. It's a must do also if you really like adventure. They also have hanging bridges, hiking, a network of zip lines. It's great for those looking to have an extreme adrenaline experience. And also, within the past few years, many coffee haciendas have opened to the public, offering tours of their farm, taking visitors through the production process from seed to cup. You can even do your hand picking of the coffees, and they show you how to roast them, and they give you the whole history on how they make the best coffee beans in the world.
I have a question, Johanna. I know Pope John Paul only drank coffee from Puerto Rico, and it was the only coffee allowed in the Vatican, besides the Italian coffee. Are we still serving the Pope with the best coffee in the world?
I hope so, because I know it was Juan Pablo,
Pope
John
John
Paul,
Paul II.
John Paul II. I'm not sure if right now Pope Francisco is still having our Alto Grande coffee, but yes, it was renowned to know that he drank Puerto Rican coffee, John Paul. Eh, And there's some of those haciendas, they even have like small B&Bs, so people can stay overnight and just have that country feeling and stay in the hacienda.
Mm.
The beans are Arabica beans. And here's a list of different coffee shops where you can just visit, handpick your coffee beans and get the full experience. And then the last region, it's our north region. It's also known as the Northern Karst because of its large limestone hills. The diversity of the karst belt and the landscape it forms makes this setting unique in the world. And many of our northern beaches are known for their impressive rock formations. Featured here, it's the Cueva Ventana, the cave window, one of Puerto Rico's most famous natural attractions in Arecibo. There, you'll be able to find pre-Columbian petroglyphs and stone engravings, hiking trails, and the cave's iconic window-like opening that overlooks the lush surroundings of the Arecibo River.
Mm.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. One of the beaches that I just mentioned, it's that one in Manatí, that's called Mar Chiquita, the picture on the left side. Also here on the north region, we have the Arecibo Observatory that we talked about before. Lots of coastline, and it's really great, and also easy access. We have our major highway system that goes right around the island, that it makes it convenient for people just to rent a car and go on their own and explore. I now invite you to continue exploring Puerto Rico by visiting discoverpuertorico.com, where you'll find more information on the island's culture and cuisine, things to do, continue exploring our regions, see the places that you can stay, and for your benefit, a comprehensive island-wide business directory and our travel advisory news. Also, we have a brand new leisure guide, and it's an amazing tool to learn about the variety of activities that you'll be able to enjoy and discover, and also can be shared with your clients. As Cheryl mentioned, we have the Puerto Rico Travel Expert Program for all of you travel agents interested in learning a little bit more on the island and also being certified as a Puerto Rico travel expert. You can visit discoverpuertorico.com/travel advisors, and you'll be able to access the link into the courses with the Travel Academy. Cheryl, I want to thank you so much for this information, and hopefully soon you'll be able to start planning your clients' next vacation.
Well, I want to start planning them now. I want to start planning some groups for next year, especially for the 500th anniversary of San Juan. I mean,
that's right. That's right.
I'm sure my husband is going to want to go and celebrate with his family and heritage there and stuff. So those of you listening, Echeverria Travel will be planning a group experience to the island of Puerto Rico. So stay tuned for Facebook, our groups page and more. So if you're interested, been there a million times or just never been, we're going to be having a great time when we go and see all areas of Puerto Rico and not just San Juan or Ponce. We'll be doing something every single day, and it's going to be accessible for everybody. So stay tuned for that. Johanna, my husband, before he went outside, he wants to know if La Guancha in Ponce is opened or was it destroyed during the hurricane, or do you know
it did suffer some damages, but it's open. They've reopened. Right now, I'm not so sure. Mostly the restaurants, what they're having like carry out. They're doing carry outs. The good thing about La Guancha, it's open air, so it's
yes,
one of the things that they're recommending, just to be in open air spaces. But La Guancha, it's still there.
And we used to go down there when we visited. They had when the weather was good, they had some manatees down there, and we go fishing and other things. The fishing in Puerto Rico is awesome. I mean, you could go anywhere in Puerto Rico and just go fishing, or you may know the island, and my pronunciation is very bad, so excuse me. Isla de Muerto over
Caja de Muerto, yep.
Yeah, it's right across. My husband's family used to take a boat from their town in Manzanilla, which is a very small town in Juanadillas, and take the boat over to the Isla de Muerto. And the reason why it's called that, it looks like a coffin, not because it's any history with ghosts or anything. Because people get scared when they hear what? I'm like, yeah, sorry. That's the only reason. It looks like a coffin. But we go over there, go picnicking and boating, and it's lovely day to spend out. And Johanna must think Cheryl knows more about Puerto Rico than I do.
That's great. No, great places.
The island and so many places we love to share with everybody what can be done there.
And they have an amazing ecosystem, great snorkeling at Caja de Muerto. Also, there's a lighthouse that you can go up and visit. It's really it's a great day trip just to go to Caja de Muerto.
And it's just so easy to get to. If you have somebody friend that has a boat or something like that, it's maybe less than half hour from
the shore. Mm-hmm.
That's right. So you're not out on the water that much. And they used to, and I don't know if they still do with COVID and stuff. My husband used to say they had ferries from Puerto Rico to St. Thomas or I forgot which island it was that goes from the Fajardo area to some of the other islands.
We do have ferries that go from Fajardo. Actually, they moved. Now it's from Ceiba, which is just two towns from Fajardo, to Vieques and Culebra. Probably those are the islands that he's mentioning.
Okay.
Right now, those two islands, they're not open for tourists.
Right, because Vieques used to be military island, and the other island is what? It's more of a sanctuary?
Yes, it is. It is. Amazing beaches, amazing snorkeling and scuba on both. Really laid back, nothing there's no complications at either.
Yeah, there's no hotels, no nothing. It's
No
just
hotels,
very
no big hotels. There's in Vieques, I think there's only one traffic light in Vieques. So just imagine. It's really nature's lovers. It's a paradise. Both are paradise. In Vieques, there's one of the third Bio Bay, and it's the purest actually because it's the one that it's not as easy to access, that Bio Bay. The island, they do have tours that take you there. They have like glass bottom kayaks. So you have the full whole experience of the Bio Bay at Mosquito Bay.
That's awesome. I want to thank you for coming on today, Johanna, and I'm sure if we need you again, we will bring you on. I definitely want to do some, while I have you on here, any of the excursion companies that do the culinary, do they do anything like with travel agents that they can, like a cook and learn on a webinar or Zoom or something like that? I know some other excursion companies have been doing that from other destinations, and I'm just wondering if they're reaching out to do that with their companies as well.
Well, I know, you know what, I'll find out because there's a few companies that they're doing the cooking virtual experiences.
Yes.
And I'll just double check with them and point you out the right direction, which can assist, and maybe they can do like a whole cooking show with you.
Yes,
here.
that would be great. That way we can focus in on the food of Puerto Rico, and my clients can learn how to cook Puerto Rican food, which is the best in the world, and get them excited about visiting Puerto Rico.
Yes, I'm taking notes.
I appreciate that very much because, yeah, that's a big thing, especially with the Zoom and the webinars. A lot of excursion companies are doing that, getting people excited for their trip and hosting these events. So maybe put a bug in their ear and see if they want to do it. Again, I appreciate it. Again, Echeverria family, born and raised in Puerto Rico. Me, I'm from New York, so. But once you're married, you never go back. You're still Puerto Rican. And I appreciate the time with us. A lot of my clients have learned a lot about Puerto Rico, and we'll be reaching out to you and the Great Island over the next weeks, months, and years. Thank you so much for the
Please do
presentation.
so.
Thank
No,
you very
it's
much.
really, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.